See that massive spike there. Price went all the way to 107. Okay, so I'm going to mark out new zones in which we are looking for price bearish continuations. Remember, we are very much bearish for the moment on BTC. So all what we are looking for is more like a buy to sell scenarios. Okay, price coming back to 100% retracement level, and price dropping all the way back to 111k, and price dropping all the way back to 107, 106k for BTC. Okay, so this is our first zone. So we are looking forward for price to get to 116k before it drops to 107k, and we could even have. Hey peeps, at my FX right here. Welcome back to our weekly market focus. This is the weekly market focus for the week of the 20th to the 24th of October. So you know we come on here every week in, week out to project 500 to 1,000 pips into the future. So if you like what we're doing and you are here watching this video, please do well to watch to the end, and also smash that like button, and also subscribe if you are yet to subscribe. So without further ado, let's dive into the business of the day. All right, so we're starting up with BTC. A lot of you may be so confused why BTC is very bearish, okay, for the longest, and why the market is bleeding. Okay, for those of you that do crypto, you call it bleeding. Okay, why everywhere looks red. But that's one good thing between crypto and the forex market. The best thing about forex market is because while the market, either direction in which the market is going, even though the market is going up, you can make money from it, or the market is going down, or even sideways. Okay, so these are the advantages that we as forex traders have over crypto traders or other kind of traders. Okay, so moving forward on the forex market on BTC, so using our trading kind of strategy, we also employ it into trading the cryptocurrencies like BTC, and it works perfectly well. So you guys can see the before, which we showed you guys, as that when we had this video last week, price was somewhere around on this daily area of interest. You can see it being marked out there. So I was looking for price to go back to this area of interest, which was our 116, before we have a dive down to the downsides. And you can see how price actually played out into precision, just like we anticipated, and price went all the way to as low as 103k, and my projections were these zones, which was 107k for the meantime. But overall, we are looking at BTC. We're looking at BTC to go back to 100k. Okay, the 100k is somewhere around the zones, 105k, 100k, which would also tally with this trend line. So if we dive into the daily time frames, okay, the weekly time frames rather, you see that trend line coming all the way to the downsides. Okay, all the way from the downsides. So we can see that trend line coming all the way from the downsides from here. So you see price is headed almost at that trend line, just like we have been looking for the longest of time. So our next level target is 100k, 102, 100k on BTC, just like I did few months ago. You always hear it here first, so that's why it's always important to mark out these levels on your phone or your trading device. Okay, so to also give you guys added confirmations why I have been, or how I've been able to see beforehand, okay, why one of the reasons why you guys call me the prophetic analyst is because I use some added confirmations like my divergence. Okay, divergence are cases in which you see price going up on the main chart and price coming down on the RSI. Okay, so these were the confirmations which I also mentioned on our last video, that I'm seeing this. So hence why I'm looking for more drops, okay, more significant drops on BTC. So it's nothing new to me on BTC on seeing the bearishness in which happened, so which a lot of you were able to use it to make money for yourself, and including my students. Okay, so this is why I always say it's very important to trade off zones. Okay, the zones for me are my areas of interest, and if you don't know how to plot the areas of interest, I have an several in-depth videos about this on here on my YouTube, so you can also watch the other playlists on how to mark out key levels, so you know how to mark out your key levels and also how to trade from there. So moving forward for this week, so all what we need to do is from where price currently is. Okay, let me reduce this a little bit. From where price currently is, we would be looking for more like a buy to sell scenarios. Okay, I'm going to give you guys two bearish scenarios, so we should be seeing price come back to 107, 107k, then a drop to 101k and 100k, somewhere around the zones, between 101k and 100k. And if that zones fails, we could see a deeper pullback. I would prefer for this deeper pullback, guys. Okay, to trade here might be slightly risky, but I would prefer to see that deeper pullback to 110k before we could have price drop significantly back to 101 and 100k to the downside, which also matches with this trend line. So mind you, do well to mark it out on your phone, your trading device. And up next is gold. Okay, comfortable bullishness. Okay, comfortable bullishness. You can go to this. You have to do on your lower time frames, maybe your 1 hour, your 15 minutes break retest of this minor area of interest. Then you can go for a 100% retracement level, or seeing gold creates a new all-time high of the 4111 to the upsides. Okay, so these are my bullish and bearish scenarios for XAUUSD, which is gold. For the longest now, even from last week, I gave you guys bullish and bearish scenarios. So gold has been so much massively bullish. Even I myself has avoided gold as at last week, but directional bias played out nicely well. Okay, you can see how price has been super bullish. Gold continue creating all-time highs as it continues soaring high. So if you had also watched our last week video, you would be able to remember these arrows in which I gave you guys a price may come back to this 100% retracement level, pullback, which you can see that little pullback there. If you go to your 15 minutes, you see that pullback clearly. All right, let me show you guys. You see that pullback clearly on the 15 minutes time frame. So you can see that pullback right about here, all right there, and price continuation. So that would have been a very nice entry. So if you're a 15-minute trader or the 1 hour trader like some of you, they were able to take that trade call on XAUUSD, which was very significant for us all. Okay, so moving forward, XAUUSD has been very bullish. So where are our next level targets? So I'm going to mark out, let's stick to the 1 hour time frame. All right, so it's better you mark your zones from the minutes time frame these times, because you don't have all of your zones on the higher time frames. Okay, so I use either my hourly time frame or my minutes time frame to mark out my zone. So what I'm going to do here is mark out the zones like so. Why I'm marking out the zone this big is because this candle here looks more like an order block, but I don't really use all of those, but it also matches with this support here. Okay, you can see that wick of that candle right about there, and the matches with here. So all what I want to see first, the bearish sides, price to pull back into these zones, which is a 4,295 ounce. Then we can see that clay drop. So I would be very much interested in anticipating price to come here. So if it comes here, if I see my trading confirmations like your 1 hour candle, a bearish engulfing candle close, okay, you can put your stops on there and you target 100% retracement level, or you target the next zone, which is almost a 1:4, but this is a 1:3, okay, plus a 1:3 plus. So that's what I'll be looking for the bearish sides. And for the bullish side of things, no gimmicks, nothing too serious. Okay, so it's just you to wait for price to clear these zones. Okay, wait for a retest on that zone again, then you can target your 100% retracement level, which I'm going to mark out here. All right, 100% retracement level. Then you can also replicate same. When price breaks this 100% retracement level, you go for another break retest, and you can target your 1:2 or the next round number, which is the 4440. Okay, all about to the upside. So that's it for gold. Up next is DXY. So for the DXY for last week, okay, we were anticipating more bullishness on the DXY, but DXY gave us that short-term bullishness, which is what we had here, back to 100% retracement level. Then thereafter, I think from Tuesday, Wednesday, price was very bearish almost throughout the week except Friday. Okay, so this also is a cause for concern where price currently is, because price has come back to retest this area, which is a minor level of interest. Okay, you can look left, you can see where price has reacted on this area to confirm how strong this area has been in previous times. So we could have a massive or a full-blown bullishness starting from the zones. Okay, so let's go to our weekly time frame to see what price looks like there. Let's see what price looks like there on the weekly time frame. So here on the weekly time frame, price closed more like a doji kind of candle. Okay, doji kind of candle. So let's go to the daily time frame. Let's see how price closed for last week's daily candle. Okay, so the last candle, which was Friday candle, we can see that Friday candle rejecting off the same zone, which is a very strong zone. So we are still more like in between the bullish continuation. So if this happens, okay, if we have that bullish continuations from, or bullish reversals from here, we should be seeing the opposite happen on Euro USD and GDP. So that means if this goes bullish, we should be selling Euro USD, GDP USD and its likes. Okay, so to make more sense in depth, there is a strategy in which, or part of my strategy or entry confirmations too, there's something that I called imbalance. So you can see how price has been moving in a straight line, more like a wave here. Okay, so price does not move in that way. So what I feel like, or what we are seeing here, is price coming back to filling this previous imbalance which has been left unfilled there. Okay, so if this has happened, this is also a new imbalance being created by price. So it's most likely price would want to reject off this area and continue its bullishness to the upside. So you really have to look at this clearly, okay, on your lower time frames, and look for entry confirmations, and you can take the bullishness on the DXY or trade the opposite on other place. Okay, so I'm very much bullish. I won't be giving bearish scenarios, but if price goes bearish, I also know how to jump in. Okay, so for now, this is the bullish scenarios on the DXY. Up next is Euro USD.
In the 4-hour time frame, we already have our zones. Remember, this is our daily AOI, so I'll still keep it somewhere around there. Okay, we have our daily AOI, which is this zone. So all what we need for next week is price to come into these areas. Okay, these are daily area of interest, which you can see multiple week rejections from previous times. Price to bounce off this area, then you could have price drop all the way to 1.15970, which is the zones. Okay, so what you should be seeing is a buy to sell scenarios on Euro USD.
Welcome back. So you can see how we predicted Euro USD into precision for last week. So Euro USD were part of one of those signals in which we sent for the trade calls during the week, I think on Monday, and we made a lot of money. You can remember how I told you guys that if you're making your entry, you can take partials or exit at your 100% retracement level. You see, these are the reasons why it's important to exit or have your take profits on zones and a entry on zones and take profit on zones. So you can see how price just weeks into this previous area of support and started reversing all the way to the upsides. Okay, so this was the trade in which we took, and I'll also send the signal to our free Telegram community. So if you're not on the free Telegram community, click on the link on the description to join our free Telegram community. I'm going to add the signal here in which we sent, and a lot of people were able to make money from this. So from Monday, or we have been on a consistent winning streak on our group, okay, on the general group, which is the only group that I have for now. I'm not taking mentorship nor paying for signals till the end of the year, so you can join us to also make free money with us on our Telegram community. Okay, so moving forward, price has been very much bullish. So all what I have to do, let's go to reduce the noise. We go to the daily time frame to see how price closed. Remember, you can see price also created something that looks like head and shoulder here. Okay, but only the OGs will be able to spot that. Okay, so you can see this last sale that I took from these zones, because it was the daily area of interest from 2 weeks ago, which I sent to you guys too. Okay, so this is more like a head and shoulder. So on Friday market closing, you can see how price rejected with this candle to the downside. So this looks like price still respecting our bearishness. So all what we need to do is price continuations to the downsides. We can go back to the 4-hour time frame. All right, so we could find actual minor levels in which you can look for the sell. So all what you need to do is wait for price to break here, retest. You can go to your 1 hour or your 15 minutes time frame to do that, and target the next zones, which is the 1.160, or you can go as deep as the 1.157, or as deep as this 100% retracement level here, which is a 1.1545. Okay, so we are still mostly looking bearish on Euro USD. I'm not going to give you guys bullish scenarios until price clears this daily area of interest, which I don't really see that happening. Okay, the last but not the least this week, I'm not taking so much of your time, is GDP USD.
I'm going to mark out a new zone. Okay, I'm going to mark out a new zone like so. Yeah, like so. So all what I would love to see is a little bit more pullback. Okay, like a buy to sell scenario. Okay, price to pull back to this 1.345 to the upsides, then we could have price drop all the way to 1.31855 to the downsides. This is over, I think this should be over 200 pips drop, or 250 pips drop plus. Okay,
for GDP USD for last week, you can see how we also predicted this into precision. We made a lot of money from GDP USD. One of the signals will also being sent on the free Telegram community, which I'm going to add it somewhere around here. So on Monday we made a lot of money. So you can see the same zones that we're looking for price to come in, then a drop. So like I always say, 100% retracement level, it always makes sense you take your profits from there. If not everything, you can take partials, maybe 50%, maybe 90%. Like myself, I like taking between 90 to 80% on my 100% retracement level, then move my stops to break even. Okay, so this was a very nice trade. We also shared it's on the free Telegram community. Like I said, I'm sharing all my trades on the Telegram community, all for free, 100% of it. But you should also remember that there are losses too. Losses may come, but for now we are yet to have any loss so far on the Telegram community. Okay, so moving forward, price later gave us some nice bullishness to the upside. So where is our next level target? Okay, so we'll go to the daily time frame. Remember, even on the daily time frame here on GDP USD, we also still have a chart pattern. We can see our head, left shoulder, and right shoulder. So this is more like the neckline of this head and shoulders. Okay, so all what we need to do right now is look for the nearest zone. You can see how price closed for Friday, which is a very nice confirmation for me. So from the look of things, I would still be trading more of GDP USD next week. Okay, so if the sales happen, which I see that happening, okay, we look for price to close with maybe a daily candle close or a 4-hour bearish engulfing candle close here. Then we can go for more bearishness to the downside and target the next 100% retracement level. Let's see how many pips that is of bearishness. So that's over 200 pips to this phase zone, and if we're going all the way down here, so it's like 300 pips in total of bearishness. So these are the kind of trades that I like holding. So if our confirmations come, we are gonna hold this and hold it strong. So all what we need to do is see price reject, okay, little bit pull back here, then price rejects from there and first level target 1.1336. then we could go to all the way to the downside. So, okay, remember this is a 100% retracement level. All right, then you can still go all the way to the downsides of the 1.3207. okay, so that'll be it for this week, guys. Always remember to plan your trades and trade only your plan. And if you are watching this video to this very moment, please do have to smash that subscribe button, drop some fire emoji to encouraging us on the comment section. Always try to share our videos. This will also help the algorithm to share this content to other people that are interested in this kind of forex educational content. And see you guys in the inner circle. Cheers.